Dave Meltzer, guys like that.
What the hell does Meltzer know, a little puke?
No! I really don't care what Dave Meltzer has to say.
You know, this guy Meltzer is so knowledgeable of this industry. Why has he not opened his own territory, ran his own business? Because the first thing he would do would put himself on top, make himself the champion, and everybody on the net would hate his fucking ass.
No! When did you
You should have been a booker.
What?
You should have been a booker.
Okay, all right.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know everything about it.
Never-
You should have been very successful.
Not in this era.
You're the most knowledgeable person I've talked to, almost in my life. Next time Brent calls me, I'm gonna tell him to go shut up. I don't want to talk to him anymore. I'm gonna talk to Dave Meltzer.
All right.
Listen, you know, it's just impossible to talk to you.
Okay.
You're like an awful lot of people that I've known in my lifetime, and I guess that must be like some people you've known.
Yeah.
I did it, and you wish you could.
No!
Internet writers and dirt sheet guys, were they your critics?
No, I didn't care. Like I always said, if all those guys are such great wrestling minds, I mean, anybody can Monday quarterback. I just always thought that, you know, if you're so brilliant, why have you not, you know, Meltzer, why have you not booked it for a major? You know, those sheets had a lot of, you know, dud. You know, and it was every year it was like match of the year, you know, Abu Zago versus Naposeno in the Korakuen Hall. Like, yeah, right. You fucking saw it when. You saw it from fucking Oakland? Fuck you.
He's got a notebook and a smug little grin, counting suplexes like original sin. If you don't bleed, well, that's your fault. Should have done 3 flips and a powerbomb vault. Oh, Dave Meltzer, judge me from your throne. Throw your stars around like you carved them into stone. 4.7, 4.8. Guess I don't belong. It's a 5-star life in a 3-star song. Yeah, Dave, light me up in bold headlines, but you'll need 6 stars just to rate these rhymes.
Backbone Wrestling Network, welcome back to Meltzer Knows Best, ? During this podcast, we'll be watching through each and every match that Dave Meltzer has rated 5 stars or more and deciding whether he is spot on or whether he truly does not know best. I have 3 co-hosts along with me tonight. I will start with Shawn Kidd. How are you doing tonight, Shawn?
I'm good. It's crazy. We're on episode number 5, and I think
Yes.
by my tally, I have 2 at 5, 2 not at 5, and the much debated one for me was the Okada match that you had me watch against Daniel Bryan.
Okada?
Yeah, Okada. So hardly knew her.
I barely know her.
Yeah. So we'll see what tonight brings. So I'm 2 for 2 right now. So
Yeah, I got you. Keith Langston is also here. How are you?
I'm great. Also a big fan of Okada, Mr. Kidd. But yes, no, I'm very happy to be here. So yes,
happy to have you as always. And finally, Scott Shiflett, how are you?
Doing good. Glad to be here talking some wrestling tonight with some people that may or may not know wrestling. We'll find out at the end of this episode.
this is an interesting one. It's interesting. I'll leave it at that. Interesting.
Yeah, I think we've peeked behind the curtains before, but we record 2 of these at a time. So these are 2 that I'm pretty interested in what everybody's thoughts are outside of mine. So, but like Shawn said, this is episode 5, and tonight we will be covering Will Ospreay versus Bandido from May 23rd, 2019. This was night 8 of the Best of the Super Juniors tournament in 2019. It is in Korakuen Hall. So obviously, both of these guys are in modern day AEW. Bandido is the Ring of Honor World Champion, and obviously Will Ospreay has become one of the top stars in AEW. Is probably headed towards a main event of their biggest show of the year in Wembley Stadium as he's in the Owen Hart tournament currently. So, but this is Will Ospreay's last Best of the Super Juniors tournament. He does actually end up winning this year's tournament. We will actually see the final in a future match that we'll cover down the line. So we'll see when we get to that. Can I ask? Go ahead. Sorry.
Can I ask a question real quickly?
Sure.
Since you are the professor of the Backbone Network, isn't Bandido? Aren't people kind of like sour on him right now as like Ring of Honor champion?
Well, I think they're just kind of sour on the idea that like he is the Ring of Honor champion and they like hardly ever actually use him on Ring of Honor and he never defends the title. So
hey,
but it's more of a
Blake Christensen.
well, yeah.
Well, just because I know, like, isn't that a similar thing right now with Athena or Ember Moon or however you know her? Like, she's still the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, correct?
Yeah, that's more of she doesn't have anybody that's like able to challenge her. I think.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Bandito's kind of the same way, but you know, they could. They don't do a very good job of building up on their Ring of Honor roster. So,
can I ask when Ring of Honor is, if it's on television? Like, when is it on television? I don't know.
It's on tonight.
I believe it's on either Wednesdays or Thursdays, but I think it's
And
Thursday. I think it and an Impact come on the same night.
Is it on a television channel or is it on streaming service?
It is only on Honor Club, as far as I know.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Oh, that's crazy. Okay.
I mean, you can find it by less than.
Yeah, no, I know. But and then do they have? Do they tend to have a lot of AEW guys on Ring of Honor, like on their show, or you don't really know?
I haven't watched it in a long time. It kind of depends.
So it intermingles, but they kind of have their own. So basically, think about if AEW had a NXT show.
Yeah,
I think Ring of Honor is kind of like that when it comes to some of the stars that have been on AEW, but they're a little less, so they put them in Ring of Honor. So
yeah, no, that's fine. I was just curious if like.
But
if
Bandido did I think it was on one of the pay-per-views. He did defeat.
He'll have a match at the pay-per-views, but he's hardly ever on the TV. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. I just was curious because I think I had read something in one of like either on like 411 Media or something, like people are kind of sour on him, and I just wasn't sure because
I think it's more the booking, but yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's him per se. I think it's
all right.
Just,
it's the situation itself. Because I mean, I'm just spoiler alert. I'm not going to give anything away, but like after watching this match, I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, why are people sour on this guy? You know?
Nah, I think he's been putting in some pretty incredible work lately. So
he had a banger of a match on the AEW show.
That's true.
Banger.
Thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to divert from you.
No, you're good. But yeah, you know, I think it's like I said, more the booking situation with just Ring of Honor in general. They don't particularly use it the way that they should. They give the title to all these AEW stars and but I mean, this is a whole diatribe for probably another show. So I'll cut myself off there. But Ring of Honor is a whole issue.
I'm sure Meltzer has something to say about
modern day wrestling. But
anyway,
I'm sure Uncle Dave has something to say about the whole Ring of Honor AEW, conglomerate there. So
I'm sure. But like I was saying, this is Will Ospreay's last Super Juniors. Again, like I said, he wins eventually. He if you win the Best of the Super Juniors, you get a junior IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match down the line. I think it's at Dominion. So he earns that by winning the tournament.
Does he also win a nice T-shirt like they do on their TV challenges?
Maybe. But towards the latter part of the year, he enters the G1 Climax, I believe, the first time, and he kind of establishes himself as a heavyweight wrestler.
Keith got excited
after
when he
that.
Climax there. Be careful.
No, the G1 Climax. I know that's a big deal. Stop. So he was pushing himself as a junior heavyweight, and then he entered a heavyweight tournament,
and kind of tried to start establishing himself as like a main eventer and stuff like that. So this is kind of his last time before he really emerges into the top of the scene. So I just kind of wanted to lay that out. Bandido is still pretty young at this point, so I don't really know much about his career to this point. But obviously, he's really come onto the scene lately in the last few years. So,
and he came in a Ring of Honor before COVID, before they actually kind of went out of business before Con. So he was there for a while.
That's true.
Yeah.
And of course, this is Chris Bandido, who was
sure. Bye, Chris Bandido. Chris Bandido, he died. But anyways, like I said, May 23rd, 2019, night 8 of the Best of the Super Juniors tournament. It is Will Ospreay versus Bandido. They shake hands to start things, even though Ospreay's a bit apprehensive about it. They then lock up. Ospreay gets the better of the exchange and kind of pats Bandido on the side in kind of a cocky way when they kind of get backed up into the ropes. Ospreay then scores a single leg takedown, and they do a bit of mat wrestling before it kind of ends in a stalemate. They lock up again, and Will locks in a side headlock. Bandido then pushes him into the ropes, and they do a great job of kind of avoiding each other's attacks until Ospreay does a monkey flip. Ospreay then fakes out a dive as Bandido had rolled to the outside, and then as Bandido is trying to get back in the ring, Ospreay meets him with a drop kick to knock him to the floor, and then follows that with a slingshot crossbody. Back in the ring, Ospreay lays in some forearms and then throws Bandido to the corner. Ospreay then goes to whip Bandido, hangs onto the rope, so Ospreay responds with a big chop that makes a really loud pop. Ospreay then whips Bandido, but gets reversed, and Bandido catches him coming off with a gorilla press slam, and he even holds him up with one arm at one point. Bandido then comes in and hits a basement drop kick after that. Bandido then whips him into the ropes and does a drop toe hold, and then starts to work on the knee, locking in I call it a camel clutch surfboard stretch, but Ospreay is able to get to the ropes to break the submission. Back up both men, trade big chops until Bandido finally backs Ospreay into the ropes and scores with some knees and an uppercut. Bandido then whips him across, but Ospreay springs off the ropes and hits the leaping nothing is what I called it. It's supposed to be a kick, but he makes absolutely no contact. It's one of the moves I hate in his arsenal because he really doesn't even make any of the slightest bit of contact, so I called it the leaping nothing. But back up, Will gets a boot up on a charge and then does a kind of 619 type maneuver over the top rope. He then follows that with a phenomenal forearm, but only gets 2 off of that. He then locks in a last chancery submission, but Bandido is able to get to the ropes. Ospreay then lays in some big shots before going for an inverted suplex, but Bandido is able to knee his way out. Ospreay then lays in another chop and goes to the ropes, but is met with an awesome drop kick from Bandido. Both men then get back up from that. They trade some reversals until Bandido is able to hit a delayed inverted suplex, and then he immediately follows that with a Shining Wizard, but only gets 2 off of that. Back up again, they trade strikes. Bandido eventually scores a succession of palm strikes and goes to the ropes, but Ospreay meets him with a kick that he kind of backflips out of and immediately hits an enziguri after that. Ospreay then goes to the ropes, and after a brief exchange of reversals, Bandido is able to hit a Poison Rana. Bandido then hits an absolutely insane shooting star press to the floor. He almost lands on his head. It's absolutely incredible. Probably the spot of the match for sure. They then get back in the ring, and Bandido does a West Coast pop, but only gets 2 off of that. Ospreay then is able to reverse a suplex attempt into a stunner. They can then get back up, and they have another strike exchange, and it leads to a snap Hurricane Rana that Ospreay rolls through and gets in kind of a sunset flip position and gets a 2 count. Ospreay then locks in another last chancery, which Ospreay just kind of bails on and hits a devastating sit-out powerbomb, but again, only gets 2 off of that. Ospreay then goes off the ropes and runs into a backflip power slam. Bandido then goes for his finisher, the 21 plex. But Ospreay is able to hang on to the ropes. Bandido then gets him in a torture rack position and then brings him down and with his face into the knee, or the knee into the face. He then goes for the 21 plex again, but Ospreay flips out this time. Ospreay then hits him with a standing Spanish fly, but it's only good for 2. Ospreay then goes up top, but Bandido crotches him, and then they kind of battle up top for a little bit. Bandido eventually hits a moonsault slam, but Ospreay is too close to the ropes and gets the rope break on the pinfall. And then Bandido takes Ospreay up on his shoulders, but Ospreay is able to break out. Bandido then hits a super kick and attempts a middle rope moonsault, but Ospreay catches him in midair, flips him over, hits the Stormbreaker, and that is the win. So Ospreay gets the 2 points to take him to 8 points in the Best of the Super Juniors tournament at this point. But that is the finish. the match started kind of slow for me. I didn't think it. I was watching the first few minutes of the match, and I was like, see where this is going to get anywhere close to 5 stars. But the last 5 or 6 minutes or so, I thought was absolutely incredible, super fast paced. I'll hold off on a rating, but Sean, what did you think of this one?
Oh man, why you gotta start with me? So
because I like picking on you.
No, it's fine, and it's deserved. It's funny. A couple notes. First off, foremost, Ospreay's theme is such a banger. Like every time I hear his song, man, like, and I never knew that was a thing before AEW, but his song is a banger. The Japanese, what was it called? The hall they're in, Logan?
Korakuen Hall.
Yeah, I said it looked like Japanese bingo hall because that's what it kind of reminded me of when they were coming out. So, okay, so you just said it for me perfectly, and it's amazing you and I almost rode forward. I was a little worried at first because they started off a little slow, and I thought it was going to get like this long feeling out kind of process. But it didn't last, and when they started going at it, the match really picked up. And the thing I will say about this match is it's full of moments. Like there are moments in this match that I like picked out. So this is why, for me, it might not get to where we think I might go. So the monkey flip spot early on, the height that Bandido got was insane. I think that was like the first big spot of the match.
Yeah.
The Bandido ankle lock spot where he dropped the knee down onto his own knee, I thought was really good. The surfboard stuff you brought up, that looked pretty incredible. Ospreay hitting that top rope 619, like you really did a good job of hitting all those moments, right? The Ospreay did a bridge spot where Bandido was scooting across the ring while Ospreay maintained the hold on his neck the entire time. I thought that looked really good. They had another sequence where Ospreay hit the ropes with Bandido falling right behind, and Bandido nailed the drop kick before Ospreay even came off the ropes. I thought that was pretty impressive. The reverse Hurricanrana spot was awesome. And then there was you brought up the shooting star press, which is absolutely insane. That was exactly what I wrote in mine too. Looked absolutely incredible. And again, for me, the match was definitely built around moments, to the point where I could see some people calling it spotty, Mr. Keith Langston. I'd be surprised because you always call out the spot monkeys on our other pods. So I could see where maybe some people would say that. You brought up the stunner type move, which I thought looked really good and really nasty. Bandido. Actually, I think you brought up the power slam, but the one he hit, it was one arm power slam. Like he literally hit a power slam with one arm, which was absolutely incredible. What is Bandido's finisher called? The 21 what?
The 21 plex.
That, for me, I don't know why, but like over the last like few times I've seen him, that's become like one of my top 5 like moves because I love how he sets it up, how he flips up over the guy and he uses that like to kind of fall back and make it look more vicious. I think that's an amazing finisher. I love it. And then he brought it up. He missed the first time, but then he blasted Ospreay with the knee, and then he hit it the second time. And then you brought up the Bandido moonsault slam. I thought looked great. And then the finish when Bandido caught off the ropes and Ospreay caught him with the Stormbreaker. So here's the bottom line for me. Overall, I thought it was an impressive match. I enjoyed it. I kind of wanted more out of it. It was 23 minutes, I believe. Is a 5-star for me? No, I don't think so. I've actually seen better matches with both these guys where I could go as high as 5 and 6. So I know they're capable of it. For me, it was just kind of some stuff was kind of missing for me. I would still say it's better than the freaking Okada and Danielson match you guys went 5 on. But I would only go probably about 4.25 for me. Again, the transition was really good. The athleticism was really good. There were a ton of memorable spots, but it never crossed over that like all-time classic territory for me. But very strong match. Good match, but I can't go 5 stars. So that's sorry it was long, but it was really about the moments for me watching this.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely started out slow. And that probably is going to end up hurting it for me as well. But
still a great match.
Yeah, absolutely. Keith, what'd you think?
I mean, it's funny Sean says I always pick out the spots and the spot monkey things because I do, and I think that, and I will say that I did have a pretty detestable shit take about calling guys like Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega as like spot monkeys and the Young Bucks, and I think it's just it's a situation where having watched a lot more mat action limb work type stuff and And it is like when you see guys that kind of do this, as Sean is saying, for moments, I would agree. It's like it's moments, and the moments are, okay, we need to hit this, I need to hit this, I need to hit this, I need to hit this. And it's funny because, you know, you would hear critiques over the years of guys that were like that like they needed to do that kind of stuff. But I didn't mind that in this case here. I mean, some of the stuff is fantastic. There's that move that, and I know I'm going to butcher this. It's almost like, it's not the Canadian Destroyer, but it kind of looked like a Canadian Destroyer, you know, where it's like Bandido goes for like a Hurricanrana, and then it turns into almost like a Canadian Destroyer, and it's like, and it's like he hits it, but it's actually Ospreay that gets like the pinning combination. So I was like, that's friggin' pretty impressive. I mean, it is kind of nasty to see how well these guys are. I mean, it's just, I have to go back and maybe take back my shit take and say that I think that I'm beginning to think that maybe it's just I don't like Kenny Omega. And I mean, maybe that's just what it is, because I'm starting to think that Will Ospreay's fucking amazing. So it's like, maybe I need to take him off.
He is. List. He's easily in my top tier right now for sure.
Yeah. That 21 plex is fucking awesome. That's
Isn't it an incredible
That's a great move. Yeah, that really is. And I mean, it's like I was kind of talking about at the beginning, like maybe doing this project, it's going to make me want to really end up going back and watching a ton of stuff, a ton of Ospreay stuff, maybe watching some more Bandido and, you know, even spoiler, the next match that we watch on this as well. Those two guys, it's just, it's great. I also kind of think that the match isn't really that long. I mean, I think total length of time, it's probably only like, what,
23.
Is it 23? Is it even 23 minutes?
Well, the video is 23 minutes. I think the match only goes like 18, 19.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, again, I'm a kind of guy. I'm the kind of guy where it's like, I think you can tell a story in 20 minutes or less, you know, and I kind of like that. And I was a little concerned that every Meltzer match is going to be 45 minutes long. I was glad to see that
most of them will be.
I know, but I was kind of glad to see that this isn't. I like this. I think it's the second 21 plex where then Ospreay kind of just, he doesn't go, he kind of flips and lands on his feet and then kind of does that pose that he does. I like that. That was, I thought was pretty cool, pretty good highlight. And then the finishing, obviously, the finisher is great. I love the finisher. I thought that was a great way to end this matchup. I'm going to go 4 stars. I'll say 4. I don't know if it's a 5-star. It's not a 5-star matchup. It's not a total banger. I mean, and I hope that Schiff doesn't crucify me for saying that. I'm so nervous right now to hear what he has to say. I really am. But I mean, and I really appreciated this. I thought it was great. And honestly, for me to give a match like 4 stars, I mean, it's got to be a banger. And I think this is a banger, you know?
You gave Okada versus Danielson 5 stars, so I don't know what the fuck.
That was a fucking match of the year. I'm sorry.
This match is better than that match, Keith.
I don't know if I don't know about that.
Oh,
right, take it easy.
Whatever, dude.
Take it easy.
Get your shit together.
All right, Schiff. Let the old man have it.
I'm fucking so nervous right now.
For more of this banner, check out Shit Take whenever you need sleep. But
wow.
Or Riso Pod. Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah. Shots fired.
That moves too quick to put you to sleep. Trust me. We had 9 matches in a 2-hour span. But talking about this match, which was one match in a 25-minute span, I will say both their gear was on point.
Yes.
Something that we've not discussed. Their gear was just amazing. I like the leapfrog at the start where like Ospreay just slid between his legs. Like, I will say Ospreay is like probably one of the most athletic wrestlers like in history, probably. Just how he's able to like, which is not saying like, I'm saying that to a bunch of wrestling fans. Everyone's like, duh, of course, moron. But just to see how he moves, it's so fucking... He can't read. He said he's dyslexic. He can't fucking read. So obviously all that skill points went to fucking athleticism.
Is he better than Logan Paul?
Yes.
Like I said, shit takes every other week. But I did have some problems with this match, even though like I hyped it up here. Like Bandido's strength is ridiculous. I love that military press slam that he does with one hand. But like where around the 10-minute mark, with 10 minutes left in this match, like their strikes look weak as fuck, Logan. Like it looked like when like we're watching a Russo match and like they've been wrestling for 4 minutes, but we're supposed to believe they wrestled for 20. The way like the strikes just look weak and like they're barely hitting. So I didn't really like that. I just love like all the stuff that they did, like when they tried the 21 plex and he landed on his feet off of it. That was awesome. But like you said, Logan, it moved a little too slow for me. At certain points, like I loved him catching like the moonsault and then hitting the Stormbreaker. It was just awesome. Like there's just so much stuff that's like athletic. It's not really spot monkey. It's just like shows off their athleticism, but like they're hitting these hard moves. But like if they didn't start so slow at the start, I think it would have been a 5-star for me. Like that's right, guys. I'm actually going like 4.5, 4.75, like right on the cusp, but not there.
All right.
So like we're all in agreement with that. Like it's a very good match. Like 23 minutes, 28 minutes was just the perfect amount of time, but I don't think it's 5 stars. It just showed how great they both are. Like, you know, AEW's in a good spot. Like Sean said, at Double or Nothing, Ospreay had a 5-star match, and Swerve and Bandido had close to it. Had a close to it match. But I want to see more of these guys, hopefully, in AEW. But yeah, it was close, but no cigar for me. I did enjoy it though. So like, I feel like weird saying like it feels like I'm shitting on this match, but I'm not. But it's like just like the little things like I talked about, like you guys talked about starting slow, and like if you guys like rewind like to that with like 10 minutes left, like those strikes look horrible, and we're supposed to be that they're like worn out, and then they bust through. Like I said, it's 10 minutes left in the match. And then they're doing this athletic shit, and it's just horrible, like strikes that they did. Something that I couldn't like walk away with. And we're supposed to be grading like, is this match 5 stars? And I gotta disagree with Dave here, which it's Keithy's favorite thing to do, besides watching wrestling, is to disagree with Dave. So
I will tell you.
I'm gonna have to disagree with him.
I'm not surprised because I was watching this one and I'm like, okay, this is a good match, but I like for you, like I knew, like I had a feeling Keith wasn't going to go 5, but I also thought you wouldn't, because I think I know you well enough to what you really truly like at this point, and I'm not surprised at your take on that at all, actually. So
yeah, I have no problem with like the flippy stuff and everything. Yeah. Like when the strikes look like shit, like it just took me out of the match, like which is going to be shocking for the next one. Yeah. But I just. It's a really good match. I can't wait to see what the final is. Thanks, Logan, for fucking spoiling that Will Ospreay is going to fucking win the next match I have to watch with him. Yeah, he already said he won the Best of Super Juniors before you guys made it.
I think you're going to forget about that well by the time we get to that match, so don't worry about it.
1,000%. But
thanks, Logan.
But like
piece of shit.
But this happened, and I don't know if it's like my mind's always all over the place, if you guys can tell by listening to the podcast or talking to me. But like I was like checking to see how much time that like we had left on like the match when I was like doing it, and I was like doing this weird thing where like, oh, it has 25 minutes left or like 15 minutes left. I can count down on my screen on my phone where I'm taking notes. So like it had me, but it didn't have me at the same time, which I know like Point of Contention's episode 3 with the Okada Danielson match, I didn't have that problem at all. I was like almost asleep, but those 2 matches woke me the fuck up. So like I had that problem today where like spoiler alert, I waited till the last minute, and I'll never do that again because it gave me too much anxiety. But my wife came home and was like, "Are you okay? You look tired." And I was just like, "Been a long day at work, and I had to prep for the podcast." But yeah, so that's where I was at with this match. Like, it's a very good match. Like, I would probably like. I don't really like rewatching matches. Spoiler alert, but I might rewatch this match at a later on at a different headspace, and my might change then. But yeah, but right now 4.5, 4.75.
Yeah, I would go 4.5 or 4 3/4. Honestly, it was really, really awesome for like the last 5 or 6 minutes, I would say, and like we said, it's only 18 minutes, so. They really filled each other out a lot at the beginning that I wasn't expecting, because I think of these 2 guys as fast-paced and high-flying and do crazy, incredible athletic spots, and they get to that. But again, like Sean said, Sean made a really very, very good point with it's a match of moments. And people can fall for that sometimes, and I'm I'm liable to do that sometimes as well. But it was a match very much filled with moments that, like we said, the springboard shooting star to the outside was absolutely insane. Bandido almost killed himself with that one, but it was incredible. They pull out some really awesome stuff in this, but it's another one of those, like, I don't want to keep saying this, but it's almost not long enough. I mean, I like that some of these matches aren't 45 minutes and 50 minutes and an hour and all that kind of stuff, and I'm sure that's going to grate on me once we get to some of those as well. But I feel like it needed a little bit more time and maybe a little bit more of that go than it had. Because, like I said, it just starts a little slower than I was expecting, and it kind of took me out a little bit early. But yeah, 4.5, 4 3/4. It's right on the cusp, but just not quite there. So I'm fairly positive we've established over the last little bit that we don't think Meltzer knows best. So I think that's the first maybe unanimous. Well, no, I think we had one early on the 6-man that we had in the second.
But you know what? It's still a great match. That's the thing.
Oh
It's not
yeah,
like-
definitely
like-
check it out. And like I said next time, I'll link the video in the pod description. But go ahead, Sean.
That's the big thing, is that it's not a 5-star match. It doesn't mean it's not 4, 4.5, 4 3/4. It's just
right.
It's not a 5-star. You know,
absolutely. Yeah.
And neither was Okada versus Danielson.
You know what I love is that you're still talking about that. Like, fucking let it go, man.
Because it really bugged me.
No, let it go. It just really bugged me. That you
No,
guys
it does.
thought it was
Logan
I can't believe
and
that you
Scott-
guys thought
you know
that
what?
was such
Hey,
a.
Keith,
You know,
I've been
listen.
potty with Logan and Shift a lot longer than you. They know when I get on a tangent about something, it'll stick with me for a while.
We're going to be on
I-
episode 300 of this podcast.
You know what I'm really hoping?
Goddamn Okada.
Right.
What I'm hoping for is that on the next pod, you're actually podcasting outside your house and your microphone is inside your house, because you sound like you're on the other side of the fucking planet right now.
I do.
Yeah.
Hey, keep it easy. Take it easy.
What do you mean? I sound like I'm on the other side of the planet.
You sounded like you were on the other side of the room from where your microphone was.
No, the microphone's right here, dipshit.
Yeah, well, maybe it should be up your ass, because that's at least that we can.
Well,
it should be up your ass so we can hear your bowels as they digest the shit
I'm not
coming
like
from your
certain
mouth.
People that are talking right now that like things in my ass. So let's move on.
How dare you? All right, let's get this back on the track. Meltzer was not no best on
Hey, now.
episode 5 here. So a really good match. Like I said, I'll post the video in the podcast description, so check it out for sure. Still a really good match. Ospreay and Bandido, both incredibly talented guys. We'll be seeing a lot more of Ospreay, and we'll see a few more Bandido matches throughout the run as well. So but we'll get to those when we get to those. But before we get out of here, Sean, what would you like to plug?
I would like to plug, obviously we brought it up several times, Shit Take and Hands of Z, which I do with Keith. So if you want to hear us yell at each other more than you do on this show, go listen to both of those. They are very entertaining shows, so we have a good time doing it. Keith and I don't really hate each other. We just play it on TV. So, but yeah, so those are the only two. And then Territorial whenever I decide to drop them when I get a chance. But that's all I got for now.
All right. Keith, what about you?
Please listen to the Movie Education with Logan Crosland, Clash of the Champones, Journey Through the Arrowverse. We watch comics Journey Through the Arrowverse. I do 2 of those 3 shows with Logan. You can also hear me on GFA Live with Petey Winson, and the aforementioned Shit Takes and Hands of Z that I do with that piece of shit on the other end. So,
God damn. I heard we might have some very interesting conversations on a couple of those upcoming, so we'll see when we get when those come out. But Schiff, what about you?
Keithy, did you mention Take Me Home, Keithy Rhodes?
I did not.
Oh, Tristan Everfresh. You didn't mention him. How dare you?
Tristan Everfresh. How dare you? Yes, that's right. I did that. Thank you, Schiff. I'll let you mention it if you'd like.
No, that's all I got was the name.
Okay, good. All right, the name. Yes. Take Me Home, Keithy Rhodes, and Can Keithy Take the Heat?
There you go.
Yes, where Keithy introduced indie wrestling, and then he cooked stuff out of the WWF Can You Take the Heat Cookbook. You can find me on YouTube Roulette. That drops monthly. I'm also on Highway to the Impact Zone, which is basically YouTube Roulette, but it's just quarantined to TNA from, I think 2009. Right, Logan? 2008. Sorry, 2009 in 4 years. But yeah, so there. And then the podcast that I host is Are You Smarter Than Vince Russo's WCW? We are on the precipice of the Great American Bash, which seems like it's been waiting forever, but we're there. Can't wait to see how that's a cluster, but that will be episode 50 of that pod. And you can check me out on Shift Reads to follow my reading journey.
There you go. I'm pretty sure everybody has plugged all of my pods so far. So just check out everything that those guys talked about. I do have one on the North-South Connection that's talking docs. But yeah, check out everything that everybody mentioned already. Everybody's doing some really awesome work here on the Backbone. So continue to check us out. Thank you for joining us as always, and we will see you on the next one.
Stacking stars like snapshots, old tapes on the floor, tiny desks, big opinions, turning why into more. Every match, every minute, he's rewinding the frame from a busted high school bleacher to a household name. 5-star Dave, call it how you see it. Turn that page, history you read it. Talk that talk, make the whole room lean in. Yeah, we lean. 5-star Dave, say it, you believe it. Raise that grade, love it or you leave it. Thumbs in the air for the man who means it. 5-star Dave. Old school spiral notebook, scribbled thoughts in the margins. Heart first, head on fire, never learned how to bargain. If it's good, it's a classic. If it's bad, it's exposed. Every truth, every tangent hits you right in the soul. 5-star Dave, call it how you see it. Turn that page, history you read it. Talk that talk, make the whole room lean in. 5-star Dave, say it, you believe it. Raise that grade, love it or you leave it. Thumbs in the air for the man who means it. 5-star Dave. Hey! Who's keeping score? He's counting more than numbers. Heart, grit, glory, every loss, every wonder. You can cheer, you can rage, you can shout at the screen, but you're still tuned in to the voice of the dream.